Hi guys, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you all another JazChats video, and that is on the topic of bullying and friendship. Now, I got asked so many questions on this topic, and that's basically because these two topics affect everyone. So I thought I'd do it as a bit of a conjoined topic and answer questions about them both, but I got asked absolutely loads. We'll leave in the comments what questions I answer and what times they are, so you can just click on it and skip to the question if it revolves around your situation, or if you just want to be an absolute gem and watch the whole thing through. So yeah, I can always do part 2, so if you want to see a part 2 then let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get started. So the first question is, have you ever been bullied for doing YouTube, or does everyone you meet support you? Everyone that I meet definitely doesn't support me, but the people who I love and add value to my life and who I'm friends with or who I'm related to always support me. It's kind of one of those things where if someone's your friend, what's a big deal for you isn't a big deal for them because you're a big deal to them, if that makes sense. Your friends and your family want you to be happy, and doing YouTube does make me happy, so they do support me and they do help me and they do give me advice and they do just like let me know on things and things like that. So yeah, not everyone I meet supports me. I've never been bullied for doing YouTube as such, however I have been continuously for a couple of months been called names and things like that. Like, it probably could have been classed as bullying, however it didn't affect me that much to be called bullying. So what everyone did was rag me about it. I was in the line for some food and then people were shouting at me like, oh my god, that's the girl who does YouTube, she does YouTube, how embarrassing, like, hi guys, and like mimicking me and things like that. There was just a lot of mockery and a lot of like kind of, they tried to humiliate me, but I wasn't really that bothered. People in my year weren't bad at all. Like, everyone in my year is actually really nice about it, aside from like a couple of boys, but like they're nowhere near to the extent of what people in the year above did to me. I kid you not, every single night for about a month I was on one person's story mimicking my YouTube because people found it hilarious for some sort of reason, because it's not the norm, and some people may watch my videos and find them really cringy and embarrassing, but that's fine because it's not their life, so it doesn't really affect them. I remember there was this girl, didn't even know her, the close guy friend then Snapchatted me and was like, oh my god, you're on her story, and like, do you even know her? And I'm like, no, never even had a conversation with her. She wasn't even a friend of mine on Facebook, Instagram or Snapchat. Like, that's how distant, but yet she thought, you know, it was basically like putting a randomer's YouTube channel on their story and putting, wow, this is embarrassing. So yeah, I wouldn't say I got bullied for it, but I did get like a lot of abuse. But yeah, another question which I got asked, which is kind of related to that, is any advice on how to deal with people at my school shouting comments at me? I don't think it's bullying because I don't always do it. Basically, it's kind of like a similar situation to what I was in. However, it depends on what type of comments they are calling on you, depends on what you should do about it. So for example, if they are calling you malicious names like slag or slut or whore or like something mean or malicious, or calling you fat, it would class as bullying because it's not something nice. So my advice for you would basically be to message some of the people and just say like, look, please can you stop saying these things because I don't appreciate it, and if you've got a problem with me doing it, then just kind of talk to me rather than saying it in front of loads of people, because it's encouraging other people to do so. And if it's like meaningful things, like a rumour going around you and you're getting a backlash from it, then go and speak to a member of staff or like superiority. So yeah. Next question, what's your advice about having a best friend that you feel is drifting away from you? So I would basically say, if you felt someone was drifting away from you, talk to them, and if they're your best friend, you know, you should be able to do that. And like, I always think talking in situations like that is the best thing, because chances are they're probably feeling the same thing as well, and they're wanting to text you, or they don't want it to be awkward because you are drifting away and you're not sure why, or there is a reason why, and that way you can get to the bottom of it, solve it, and then become best friends again. Hi, Key just died. So the next question is, what advice would you give to someone who's being bullied / what's the best way to deal with bullies? As I said in answer to the other question, communication. As I said, everything in the world, communicate, talk. Literally, talking is God's gift. Being able to voice and have a voice, people take it for granted. Speak to people and tell people. Even if the reason's really bad, at the end of the day, it's worth telling someone than going through that. They would rather know about what started it, even if it's not even your fault. If you are just an innocent bystander, you're an innocent little sheep, and you're just wandering along, and then these big, bad, horrible people come and pry on you and are absolutely horrible to you, tell someone. It's not embarrassing. So many people go through it, and that is how you get through things. That is how you get the support that you need, and yeah, 10 out of 10. Tell someone. Next question kind of again goes with that one, and that is, who did you speak to when you were being bullied? So at first I spoke to my mum. My mum is my absolute rock, and I'm so like lucky to have a relationship with my mum that I do. Me and my mum are actual best friends. Some people might find that embarrassing, but me and my mum are best friends. Like, I will tell her absolutely everything and anything, and I love it. So I just told her, I told her what's going on, and she as a parent and as someone who's not involved in this situation is more educated, and she's got better life experiences, and she could have gone through it herself, so then she knew what to do. And then my mum ended up telling like the school, and so then I had like meetings with like my pastoral manager and my head of the year, and I just had meetings with her, and then she would say, like, she was the one who said, oh, it's bullying, and she like had this checklist, and she said like these people could either have like, then have a bullying mark on their record, which universities would see, other schools would see, which like employees would see, and I'm not the type of person, I didn't want that for those people, because I was friends with them, so I did say no, and then they just got a couple of meetings with the teacher and things like that. So yeah, and then I met the absolute diamonds, which are my best friends, and then I could speak to them as well, so yeah. The next question is, what is one thing that keeps you motivated to keep yourself going when you're going through a friendship issue or a bullying situation? So for me personally is YouTube, and also my family. But a bullying situation, what kept me going was YouTube, because I could always do this, get away from this, speak to people who are absolutely lovely and amazing. So I definitely recommend taking up doing YouTube or a blog, and then you could use a fake name if you don't want people to find out. I wasn't that bothered because I did want to use my real name. I don't have an addictive personality, so when I want to go off Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. like that, I can just turn it off, and I can log out and not log in. I can delete apps. Like, I'm not bothered. Like on Snapchat, I don't even have streaks, so I don't have to go on it if, like, you know, you'll see like abusive messages or something like that. The next question is, who's in my friendship group if I have one? I do have a friendship group, and that is made up of 5 absolutely amazing girls, and I'm going to try and keep this short because I literally can talk about my friends for like decades, and that is Isabel, who I've done a couple of videos with, so I'll leave them linked, which like the girls are in, so you can see them if you're new. Ellie, who did have a channel but she's stopped it now, I think, maybe, or she's just put it on hold. Lily, who's an absolute star, Maddie's who's an absolute star, and Scarlett, who's an absolute star. So yeah, they're just so amazing, and I love them so much. And then also someone who I love and respect so much is Libby, who I also go to school with, and like she's not really in my friendship group, but we're still really close, and she does have a channel, so I'll leave it linked, and I'll also put a plugin on whichever side it goes. And we did film a video together. We filmed Never Have I Ever on her channel and Would You Rather on my channel, and I've yet to upload that, so that'll be coming up pretty soon. So go ahead and check out her channel. She's absolutely amazing, and she's such a star. And then the last question, which I'm going to answer, is, should I feel jealous if a new girl in my class is trying to take away my best friend that I've known all my life? So this new girl in your class is probably not trying to take her away from you. She's probably just trying to make friends, and by doing that, yeah, she might be treading on your toes slightly, but she's making friends. Got to step in her shoes for a minute. Like, if she's moved to this class and she's new, and you know, she doesn't know anyone, or she does and she's making new friends, you can't stop her from taking away your best. What's absolutely amazing about the human body and the human mind and the human heart is that we don't have a cap on how many friends we have. We don't have a cap on how many people we can love. We don't have a cap on how many people we can show emotion to. So I wouldn't worry about it that much. Like, yes, you might have to share her a little bit more, but she isn't yours to keep. She's just who you're best friends with. But yeah, you've just got to be able to see past the fact that, you know, someone else is trying to be best friends with your best friend. But if, again, as I've said continuously throughout this video, communication, if you say to her, look, this is what's happening, not the new girl, your best friend, and say like, look, I feel like she's kind of taking you away from me a little bit, like, yeah, I understand her situation, but like, I still want to be just as close with you. And I know you asked, should I feel jealous? You shouldn't feel jealous, because as I said earlier on, there's no limit on how much people can love, so I wouldn't feel jealous at all, because she can still love you just the same, but yeah, she might just love this girl as well. And also, if you message this new girl and get to know this new girl, and like, if you and your best friend are that much of a good match, then probably the people who she's friends with you'll like too, because you like her, if that makes sense. So she'll kind of look for people who are like you, I guess. So yeah, you'll probably get on just fine. So if you look past the fact that she's taking away your best friend, which she probably isn't doing maliciously if she's new, he just wants to find a friend. So yeah, that's all the questions I'm going to answer in today's Jazz Chats video. Comment down below any scenarios, any questions, any advice you'd give to people in the comments, and just kind of, you know, give us all something to feedback about, and we can all have a good old chat in the comments. And yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed and if it helped you out in any way. Subscribe if you haven't already, and subscribe to my vlogging channel and turn on notifications to see when I upload, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!